Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back and at it again. This time, I decided I was not going to try and just design things on the fly, so I have this little document on the side. We're going to try and check off the boxes as much as we can. First order of business, I went through and just grouped together all of the functions for what they are. So, mitigation functions, avoidance functions, damage, death, blah, 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 blah. This one's I'm not sure if I'm going to have it in the character function or a character manager, since it's dealing with talking to the class. But we'll figure that out later. Let's see. So we have a receive attack. So that's going to be what we're going to be working on first. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So let's see. We don't really want that. I guess the more accurate question is, does the attack hit? And then we would get a boolean. We'll just call it a boo. Bool. Or result might be more accurate. There we go. Self.hit. And then hit is going to take something. And then we want to... What is hit going to return? Let's say hit returns a percentage chance to be hit from 1 to 100. So, 1 to 100 chance to hit. Alright. So if that's what result is, then we're going to do result. If result is greater than... No. Let's see. Let's turn it into a die cast. That sounds better. Equals, I'm gonna need a random here. Import random. And then we're gonna random.rand range. We're gonna say our range is 1 and 6 plus 1. So we're gonna say we're casting a 6-sided die, 1d6. Should probably make that a variable later so I don't have to dig around with the raw integers, but we're gonna wing it. So we're gonna say if hit is greater than, let's actually change this. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's more explicit. Percent. If percent times, so we're saying we're rolling a d6, so we're going to go 6, because that's going to be our cap. I'm going to go 100. So, what this basically is going to be is if it's going to be, let's say its hit is, our percent is 50%. So we're going to do 50 times 6, and then we're going to divide that by 100, which will basically give us 3. So if hit is greater than 3, so if it's 4, 5, or 6, because this rand range is exclusive, so if we just type in 6, it'll be a range between 1 and 5, so we add 1 to it, so it's between 1 and 7, which means that this can then return a range between 1 and 6. It's a little complicated, but whatever. Alright, so if it's 4, 5, or 6, then this statement right here will pass. Bum. And what are we going to do? Let's just keep it simple and we'll say, we'll print the roll. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make these a little more explicit. There we go, roll. And we'll say hit. You hit the target. Else, if it's not 4, 5, or 6, we're going to say that you failed the roll. We're going to say miss. Okie dokie. And something broke. Oh, my type hinting. Let's just get rid of that. We don't need that. And then there's nothing here, so let's move it above the doc string. Oh. I hit an M instead of a comma. Okay. So let's put this down here. Let's just do this. So what is receive attack gonna take? I guess that would be dependent on what hit takes at the moment. So let's define that really quick. How are we going to define hit? Let's say we'll take in the attacker's level and the attacker's chance to hit. Let's just get rid of that for now. D level. We'll say the defender's level is equal to self dot. Do I have a level yet? No, I don't. Let's just stub one in because we'll probably make that a property class later or something. Equals 1. So do self dot C level, and then self dot mit def. Let's rename that really quick and match our. Alright, there we go. So we're just going to call this armor class since we're using this as a dodge. And then that should be it, right? And then we'll just return it. And then the formula. What are we going to say the formula is? It's a good question. I think I'm just going to steal Diablo's formula. Yeah, we're going to use Diablo 2's hit formula. Let me look it up really quick. Okay, and we'll just rename it to the variables that I have. Yeah. Divided by attack rating plus defense rating. We're going to say AC times 2 times ALV divided by attacker level plus defender level. And that's it? That's it. Okay. And this should, because of the 100 here, I'm guessing that's going to return a percentage between... No? Yeah, no, it'll be between 1 and 100. But it's not locked to 100. Okay, let's just keep going. So this is going to return a percentage. Boop, 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 boop. And we need the attacker's level. We need the attacker's chance to hit. And we'll just bleed those on through here. And so it's the level and chance to hit. So is our armor 1 or 10? Let's just make the armor 10. So now we have a completely even. So we have attacker level and defender level is going to be 1, and attacker chance to hit is 10, and the defender defense is 10. So that should yield the 50% if I understand the formula. So let's see. I broke something. Self? Wait, what? 72. Oh. It would help if I actually had the right variable there. 38. DLV is not defined. Oh. Another spelling error. Random is not defined. Let's move that outside the class and put it up here where imports would normally go. Mit. Just all those naming errors. Self.mit. I called it mit. If we're gonna change the name, let's just actually change the name to something useful. We'll say damage mitigation. Yeah, sounding shit out. Let's say, yeah, let's just rename shit really quick. Attack type? That sounds reasonable. And damage. Is it damage? Or would it be defense? Are we resisting damage or defense? Let's just say defense. Threshold. I can do it, I swear. We'll call this one damage health. I'm not sure I want an explicit one. Apply. Because if I don't have an explicit one and I just have a general apply damage to damage pool, then we'd have to define what damage pool we're attacking. So if we're attacking health, we'd have to say apply damage to health. No, we're just going to have explicit functions like damage health, damage stamina, damage whatever. Yeah, I like that better. And then the class can figure out what pool it should damage. So this one, basically, let's just stub that in really quick. So it'll say, it'll call self apply damage, and since the function is inside of the object will know what properties it has. So we'll say the pool is going to be self.health, and the value is going to be whatever the damage value is, and we're going to get rid of that for now. So we'll move that there and return. Do we return how much? Yeah, why not? Because you could return theoretically a 0 damage value. So we'll say damage. Pool damage. That's probably more accurate. Which equals that. And we're going to go pool damage equals self.health minus value is going to return the leftover. So then we're assigning the leftover to self.pool to pool. And we're going to return pool damage. Yeah. And let's just uncomment that. And return that. Because that's... oh, return. Alright, so this is going to return the value of this, which is going to be the leftover health pool. Do I want to do that? Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. We're getting a little off track here. Alright, so we were doing damage mitigation because the name was in error. And we don't care about D-types, so damage mitigation just takes a value. I'm just going to get rid of these future types. Okay, so let's see what's broken. Unexpected indent error. Because pass is there. Alright, what else is broken? Where's my line error? Self-mitigation value is not defined. Value. Interesting. 87. So value is not defined. So we're not taking damage, so we need to actually assign a damage value. Damage, and then the damage is gonna be, we're gonna say 8, whatever. Character object has no defense. Boop, 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 doop, doop. That's right, we renamed it. Mid defense. Mitigation. Ooh, that shouldn't be there. So that should be hard defense. Alright, and life preserver is not defined. That's because it's a instance variable and it's not being called as an instance variable. Cool! Alright, after all that bug fixing, let's see, we got a roll of 6. Why is it returning none? Because we're returning the value of received character and it does not actually have a return value. So we could do that. And that would remove the none. There we go. Oof. So hit, 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 miss. Actually, I want, if I miss, I want the roll value too. Hit, hit, miss, hit. We have no edge cases. Give me a 4. There's the edge case. Miss. And a 4 is a hit. Okay, cool. That is working. So we can now calculate the percentage chance to hit, and then based on that, rolling a d6, we can either hit or miss. We could also define what sort of dice or what sort of range we can roll as a variable, but we'll just do that later since we're running out of time. I'm going to try and keep these short as much as I can. We're already almost at 20 minutes. So, let's see. We received attack, we can land an attack. So next is going to be handle damage. And actually we did do that, attack result, but we don't return the damage amount yet. Okay. So, let's do damage health. If we hit. How did I say? I was going to do hit miss, self.damage, and we're going to pass in the damage. That's not quite right. We're not going to count defense yet, just because I don't have a good formula for that. So we're just going to pass the damage directly in, and we'll figure that out next episode on Dragon Ball Z. So, we're going to return the damage. So damage health calls, and then it's going to damage the pool. So return damage. No, because I don't want them to know how much total health is left. So we're just going to say damage. So if if damage is greater than if damage is greater than pool, then yeah, then return value. Ooh, where's my brain going right now? I'm tired. No, we're just gonna scrap that. Because that would still require the defense. Okay. So the monkey flips a switch. Character object has no attribute. Apply damage. Apply damage. Helps if you spell correctly. Okay, so now we're returning the roll, the chance to hit. Let's check self is alive. And pass that in. Because that is... So it's hit, whether we killed it or not. So self dot is alive. Hit. So we are alive, we did hit, and we caused 8 damage. Alright, another one checked off the box. Alright, so how much health do I have? I have 1 health. So we'll say I have... Oh wait, that's right. I defined that differently. So I gave it 100 health, so... Apply damage. So if we're applying damage, we check the health. Let's do these in order first, and then we'll just pass them in. That way, we can have the damage calculated. That way we can actually check if we're still alive. So, HP damage equals HP damage, and then equals alive. Alright. And this won't conflict with the class's variable of alive because we're not defining self. So it's not going to call the classes, and it's not going to call self. So those will be the two namespaces. But this is within the receive attack namespace, so it'll be fine and dandy. So we should get true again, right? Yeah, because we're only dealing 8 damage. So we get true again, and we get that, the amount of damage dealt. Go away, pop-ups. Okay. So we hit true. Alright, so let's do 101 damage. So I should be dead at 101. So we're doing damage. So what's probably happening is we're passing in self.health, and it's passed by value. So let's do health, and we'll say that that is going to be set adder, and we're going to pass in self as the instance we're modifying. And I can't remember which way it goes. Is it maybe pool and then value? I think it's pool then value. Get rid of that. Oh, herp. Used to be a string. Alright. Expected an integer value. So let's flip-flop these and see if that's the way it goes. What's going on here? Alright. So we're gonna have to get attribute. I will say self dot pool. We're going to minus value from that and throw that in there. Oh my goodness. There we go. Attribute name must be string, not integer value. So we flip it around again. I should have just ran help on it. Alright. So value. So we return the damage that we did. We're dead. There's some quality of life code we could add there, but we're already over time. So what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We can receive an attack. We can calculate the hit chance and get hit. We can handle damage now. We die if we take too much damage. And the attack... my brain, what am I doing? Yeah, so that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. Oh my god, we checked off all the boxes basically, except for the perpetual stuff here. Damage, health damage. We did actually change that, though we did not. Actually, no. Let's just make that, let's make that correct. Damage, health. And we did fix that to hard defense, so that's done. I still have naming convention mismatches here, but whatever. We're gonna call it. Cool. So we die. If we pass in just underneath the health, we're still alive, and we did 99 damage. Yeah. Receive attack. Yeah, because if we're like printing off like floating damage amounts, the 99 would be the end amount of damage. So once it goes through armor and everything, then we'd actually be returning a different value than what we're passing in. So it would be meaningful to actually have it returned. But right now we're just returning the attack value. So that yeah, we'll call that good. All right. What are we at? What are we at? What are we at? We're at 27 minutes. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for sticking around if you're still watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to have any like input on where these things go. Yeah, if you think anybody else might be interested, please share the video. I'll see you next time.